Good evening, friends. Welcome to Aware and Care, your favorite program, the Ayurvedic way of healing your body, mind, and soul. We are here with Dr. Ambika Nair, who's a co-founder and chief consultant at Shantigram Group of Companies located here in New Jersey. And of course, they also do virtual consultations across the globe. This evening, we're going to talk to her and understand about the other digestive problems that many children face. And we call it colitis, and sometimes we call it ulcerative colitis. Now, let's get the pronunciation also right and understand what this problem is with Dr. Ambika Nair. Namaskaram, doctor. Welcome to Aware and Care.
Namaskaram. You always ask me new questions and new diagnosis. Very good.
Yes, and I was still getting a little confused about, there were a couple of parents who had messaged us. Some parents said colitis, some parents said ulcerative colitis. So I just got to understand that this problem is mostly with kids, or it could also happen with adults. So let's have a brief understanding as to what this problem is all about.
Yeah, ulcerative colitis is a very chronic inflammatory bowel disease. It relapses often. Not only one time it comes, it can relapse any time actually. Very challenging disease, affecting the people, especially in their young age, productive time. Mostly seen in, like a 20 to 40 years of age or 20 to 50 years of age. But in children, children also, because we get a lot of cases like that. Because of the eating habits and all, so some cases comes, not so many, but children are also affected with this.
That's interesting, because you just mentioned an age group which is more affected, and we had a couple of mails from parents who said that their children are also suffering. So today we're going to cover both the aspects of it, and Dr. Ambika Nair will help us understand what this problem is, why it is coming, and how to have the healing process to it. So Dr. Nair, let's understand why this problem actually comes.
See, this is also stress-related, eating habits, like sleep. First of all, I'll tell what they will complain.
Okay,
like pain abdomen, distended abdomen, little breathlessness. Sometimes they will have like a constipation, sometimes so much of diarrhea. So you cannot anticipate what's going to happen with them. Whether, like they will tell that I cannot travel because I always want to go to the, restroom so many times. Bleeding bleeding will be there in certain cases. Sometimes only mucus will be there. So when ulcer is there, only it will bleed. Otherwise, in colitis, so many cases only, inflammation only will be there, and they can be treated very fast. But in ulcerative colitis, it is little difficult, and like they fatigue, they lose weight actually.
So how on a scale of 10, how bad would the pain be for somebody to realize that this is happening?
First, they will not go to any doctor, because actually little bit of, like a stomach upset or little diarrhea, they will take care. But when it relapses, when it is continuing, recurrence, like 2-3 times or for more than that, then they rush to the doctor. Okay, then they will see, like a stool test will be done, and they will observe the person, and the colonoscopy will be done, whether they will see that any other things are inside. By the time, they will be very tired,
fatigued and tired,
very thin, because we have a lot of cases like this actually, ulcerative colitis.
So this can range between constipation to diarrhea and stomach pain. Does it also give indications of bloating of the stomach or swelling of
bloating
the
is too much actually.
Bloating is there, okay.
See, they feel like going. That is irritating bowel syndrome, IBS. Okay, they feel like going, but they will not go. Okay, but you see, urge is there, but they cannot go. Actually, even like the same people I have seen that, like the urine urge also will be like that. Okay, so the peristaltic movement, like moves a lot. That is one of the things. And they will be little anxious. You touch these people, like you take their history. Some days their father also. It can be genetic also. Mostly I have seen in men.
Oh,
ladies less only, but more I have seen in gents.
So, doctor, you just mentioned that it could be stress related. So, does it also food related? Because if too much of traveling, outside food, cross contamination, or it's completely, totally different from that?
No, of course, like the sleep is more important. Stress is also more important actually. Like these cases, like like a frequency of, like a bowel movements will be too much actually. So like they go like 30 to 40 times, some people. Some people go because they are in the bathroom, they go, come. This is what, they tell me, like, we are always in the restroom, doctor. They tell me like that.
So that definitely brings out fatigue and tiredness.
And they will be so tired and anemic, all those things, because they will be losing blood also in that.
Mm-hmm. Do these patients also lose weight?
So much of weight loss will be there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is always related. See, in Ayurveda, we call it as, like Grahani, all the symptoms are like that, so like frequency, blood, then sometimes the appetite will be okay, sometimes, and they will be afraid to eat because the moment they eat, they feel like going.
Mm-hmm.
And in allopathy, they treat with steroids and there are so many other medications. And even with that, I have seen that so much of relapses comes in this.
Relapses are there, okay.
Yes.
So we are today talking about ulcerative colitis, and just like Dr. just mentioned, these are a couple of symptoms. That's just the beginning of the story. But of course, there is always hope when you go to the doctor at the right time and get the treatment. So Dr. Nair, what are the foods that could trigger this most?
First of all, our Indians, they like spicy food.
Mm-hmm.
It should be avoided.
Okay.
Okay, because the colon, because the rugae will be like a totally ulcer, you can see, other symptoms, what you will see that there will be ulcer in the mouth and in the, anal fissure will be there, anal, fistula formations will be there because of all these things.
So doctor, one second, I'm a little confused now. This problem is basically related to the colon or it's related to the intestine?
Colon.
Colon, okay.
Colon.
So this is the basic understanding to understand.
Yeah, because it will be, like a descending colon. Actually, it will be more on the descending colon. Okay, and especially particularly in the sigmoid colon.
Okay. So does in such extreme cases, is there a prolapse of the rectum also?
Because piles for hemorrhoids can be there. Oh, because continuously you are pushing, right? It is increased vata.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no stoppage for that. Okay, continuously if you are bleeding, naturally the hemorrhoid will occur. Then it start bleeding. It's really, the patients who suffer with this, I know how really tired, with their life. They cannot concentrate on their work, their studies. They cannot sleep. Even in the night, they'll be going to the, bathrooms, so many times. Really very tired they look.
And doctor, you just mentioned vata. So what kind of body composition people are usually affected by that?
Pitta vata. All the three will be affected, but more pitta. Mm-hmm. Pitta, so then, anxiety will be there, that fear will be there, whether they will be all right or not, first of all, because when they cannot eat, when they cannot even move, and joint pains. Because 22, 23-year-old children comes to me. They have joint pains. This inflammation goes very wild actually.
And what are the subsidiary conditions that follow because of that? I do understand weight loss is there. Person is fatigued and does diabetes, cholesterol, or arthritis, or anything else that comes up because of this particular condition?
No, if they are treated on steroids for a long time, drug-induced, complications can come. But but I have seen in cases how they get all joint pains around, and focus issues, sleep, insomnia is very common, and very anxious, panic attacks. So they go to the ER a number of times.
Mm-hmm. So, doctor, what kind of tests are recommended for this? Are they doing stool test for it or colonoscopy?
They will come with all the tests only, Madhavi. They will not come directly to me.
Okay.
They will come with all the tests and, so much of, their, reports will be carried with them.
Okay.
So they come like a chronic case to me. 99% is chronic cases comes to me.
Okay. So, doctor, we're just talking about basically a little bit of adults who can understand what this problem is and come and discuss it with you. What about happens with children? What kind of complaints do parents come with? Do they come with the same set of
stomach upset?
Mostly stomach upset. Okay.
Stomach upset will be there, pain abdomen, recurring pain abdomen, cramps will be there. Some days cramps will be on the abdomen, some days cramps will be on the, thighs.
Mm-hmm.
So, if it is girls, we have to rule out whether it is with the urine infection or whether it is related with the stomach.
Okay.
So in children also, I'm seeing like cases like this, but not much. Okay.
So Dr. Nair, when you say colitis, and of course we're talking about ulcerative colitis today, mostly we see the children, there is a time span or frequency of it when the pain starts. Usually we see most parents complaining at night time. So is there a time frame when this pain is more or this discomfort is more? It's only after eating or
no, before eating sometimes, like, because see, some children overeat, you understand? No? Because if they like the food, they overeat. So they will complain of like that. So we will think that because it is only because of the, see, like children also like a 12-year like that. That's what I'm telling you. Okay, like 8 to 12 like that. Okay, sometimes, like that our distended abdomen will be there when you like examination will be done for them. When you really examine them. And you can see the tongue, how much toxin will be there. That is called tongue diagnosis. We will look at their eyes, eye diagnosis will be done. And even the Nadi will tell that what they have, what type of constitution they are, what is the aggravation, why are they like this. Then we, like go for the treatment pattern.
Okay. You just mentioned about the tongue. What about the belly button, the navel? Is that also
We will see. We will always see that examination will be done properly for that actually.
So now let's also come to Shantigram's doorstep. We've come with all these reports and concerns and symptoms to Shantigram. Apart from doing the diagnostic and the report of theirs, what kind of treatment is involved in treating somebody with ulcerative colitis? Is it treatable, curable, preventable?
It is preventable. How much the patient helps, the doctors will help them more.
Okay.
So that they don't get into, much complications. Relapses, but Madhavi, I have done a lot of cases, and the relapse, that even after 3 years, 4 years, it has not come. But in some cases, relapse has come even after 6 months, even after 3 months. Because this all be including their diet actually, because they don't want to follow the diet. They don't want to listen, like in such cases, it is very difficult also. So we tell them, like after seeing the pulse diagnosis and they're taking their history, we see that what type of constitution they are, whether they are Pitta related, Kapha related or Vata related. Some days mostly it will be like a Pitta Vata. Some days it will be like a Kapha Vata, but they start losing the weight, very fast. Okay. Some people will have even hormonal imbalance also, ladies.
Okay. So is Panchakarma involved in this treatment?
Yes, coming to that. Okay, so some ladies also will come, but the ladies are very less only. But first of all, they will not come with the problem. They will think that, okay, I'm losing weight, that is good. Okay, but when they get into panic attacks only, when they, when they cannot take care of themselves only, then they come to the doctors actually. So some people will have, I have seen that they have like irregular periods. So like a little PCODs and all, so their digestion is not okay, bloated abdomen, very emotional, all those things I have seen in ladies also. Okay, so we take care. So some that will be related with the Kapha and Pitta Vata. All the three things are there. So we see what is their constitution. Okay, what type of body they are, what happened, what is the root cause of that actually. So root cause, some days they may be like you asked me, traveling people, traveling for a long time. Anyway, due to the COVID now, they all are working from home. That is good. Okay. Then, sleep is not there. Overusing of all our, computer and all these YouTubes and everything unnecessarily. So their sleep is not there. So their digestion, see, you have to take rest. Yeah. Otherwise, it will be a very difficult problem actually. Anxiety is one of the main causes. Hyperacidity. Food habits are not eating in time. Like meeting the targets, people will be just, oh, I will take after 1 hour, I will finish this and go and eat. So this all leads to hyperacidity and ulcer formation in the stomach. So that is one of the reasons. And
your experience is definitely defining what we patients usually do. First go to the doctor.
Then, munching unwanted things like all the biscuits and all these unnecessary things with so much of spice, so much of salt, even so much of cheese. We have seen that. So what it does not digest, so that become a disease. Your food should be a medicine. When you eat a food, it should be a medicine. It should not create any medical issues for you. That should be in your mind when you eat the food actually. So we tell them, first of all, Panchakarma, when needed, we will, if it is Vata related, high Vata, Pitta, we will give them Shirodhara. Basti treatments are very good with them, and it all depends upon the person, whether it is sticky stools, whether it is with the bleeding. So this all depends upon how we do it. Okay. Then, like Abhyangam, which will calm down a lot. Not only that, that will improve their circulation also. Okay. So that this all will help them a lot actually. So it depends whether it is for 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks.
Yeah. What a beautiful takeaway from that conversation, that your food should be your medicine. When a food gives you discomfort, that itself is a sign that something is really wrong and something needs attention in your body. Now, Dr. Nair, we're talking also about the treatment course here. So Panchakarma and other treatments that are happening at the Ayurvedic Center. And with the person who needs to go to the bathroom so many times, there is always this discomfort, awkwardness, that will the treatment continue? What kind of patience level is required?
Very good question you asked me. Because I have, even now I have like a clientele like that, they will get up at least 3 times. So slowly, like the first day they were going like 4 times, 5 times. Instead of 1.5 hours, it was coming like a 2 hour plus.
During the treatment.
Yeah. So, like then after 3 days, I won't tell, the name was coming to me. Okay. So they will, like it will come like now only, like already now 13 days are completed. Now he is getting up only 1 time.
Wow. Very nice.
Okay. So, that much difference, like they should not eat, like everybody will tell, no, salads are the best for us. In ulcerative colitis, please, for my people, never eat all this, like raw food. It is your enemy. Only cooked food, No smoothies even. Only, like soups. Our dal is very good, like even moong dal is good, rice is the best, yogurt is not good, buttermilk is good, banana is good. Our, like, see, we are from India, you understand, no? So, like even for others, I'm telling you, like, like banana flour, that is rich with iron, also fiber. That is very good source. Even raw banana is very good for making, like curries without, like jeera. Cumin seeds are very good. Salt is good. A trace of black pepper, coriander, these are very cooling substances actually. And, like in neem powder also a little bit, you can use. So this will always cure the ulcer.
Okay. So, Dr. Nair, you just mentioned about, avoiding salads and other uncooked food and smoothies also. So basically, maybe the fiber content of these foods could also irritate the system and they could go. But what the good news in this conversation is, Dr. Nair just gave an example of one of our current patients who had this condition and who's on the path of recovery. The frequency of the restroom visits have come down. And definitely that is a relief to know. Any other parting words or thoughts that you have, doctor, that you need to share with our viewers? Anything about oils or ghee that they should avoid or they can take? Nuts and...
Only we tell them to take only ghee.
Only ghee.
No other oil actually.
Dr. Nair, somebody had this question that if they wanted to take the pure form of ghee, today ghee is available everywhere. We do not know as consumers what is the pure version of it, what is a mixed version. What kind of...
The best one is goat ghee. You from the goat milk you can make the ghee. Because that will be easily digestible. And goat milk is also very good. People are making, because we advise them to buy the goat milk and, make yogurt at home.
Okay.
So that yogurt, like buttermilk they are using. It's amazing actually. It has the healing power and it is very easy to digest also. Turmeric is very good. These all very good actually. Even nutmeg, like they can have like a pinch of nutmeg, like a powder with buttermilk. While eating, they can, like drink it. That will also reduce. And there are certain, like Ayurvedic medications, like Pudaja is given, Mustari is given. There are so many things according to the need of the person, like if you tell them, like a pomegranate. Okay, that is very good source. Pomegranate, we have like a Daddy Madi Grudam, Changeri Grudam. There are so many things in that. Okay, so we use it for the Basti also, so that, like the people show the improvement.
Okay.
Very, very fast actually.
Today we got to learn something very new, friends. We always thought about ghee from buffalo milk and, cow milk. But today we also heard about ghee from goat milk, which Dr. Nair just mentioned is very light on the stomach and it helps to heal faster. We're also talking about discomforts or awkwardness during the treatment. As doctors and as a clinic which understands the problems of the patients, they are very patient about your condition, and that is what you have been there for, to get yourself treated. Dr. Nair, what about drinks? Water, coffee, milk, alcohol?
Alcohol, never. Smoking, never. First of all, like I will tell them, how much you are going to help me, I am going to help you. Then they will tell that 100%. Then only I'll take up the case. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult to treat them. We will never, because that's a very good question. I was forgetting actually.
Okay.
Like drinks, we will not allow them because it's all related with the liver. You understand? So, we won't tell them to take that. This both will be banned for them.
Today, ulcerative colitis, a topic that took us to a different range of information, and we learned so much new things about this condition and how to prevent it. And if you have this condition, how soon can you catch it and get yourself treated? Patience is required, and like Dr. Nair just said, food should be your medicine, and that should be an indication for you that the moment you eat, some discomfort is happening. So there is a situation that needs to be handled. Thank you so much, Dr. Nair, for today's episode. I look forward to my next episode with you, because you bring the best of information for us and so much to learn, drop by drop here on Aware and Care.
One more thing, even honey is very useful.
Honey is useful, okay?
Very useful actually, because it has got the hygroscopic action. So, like the swelling, everything, because it reduces actually.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.